I've had a few requests asking me how is best to wipe off a binding phrase from a drone. It may be that you've received the drone of somebody else, it's got a different bind phrase on and the 3-plug method doesn't work and you just want to clear it. There's a couple of ways of doing it. There's a really, really easy way and there's a way that I'd recommend. Let me show you the easy way first of all, and that is, first of all, we're going to plug in a USB. We're going to power the receiver. There we go. I've turned the lights down in the studio, so you should be able to see that fairly easily. And ultimately, we want to power the receiver. So I'm using a USB for this because this is the Ether build that I've done. Not all receivers will be powered from the USB, so you may need to plug a LiPo in, so just bear that in mind. What we'll do now is we'll wait for it to enter Wi-Fi mode, and then we'll connect to it, and we'll show you exactly what to do. So what we're doing now is we're waiting for this to change from the flashing mode where it's ready to receive a bind to a really fast flashing where it's then in Wi-Fi mode. We're still in the waiting to bind mode, which means it's got what it needs. It just needs that transmitter to get turned on. And we're now in Wi-Fi mode. As you can see, it's flashing really, really quickly. So we're going to move over to the PC and we're going to open up our Wi-Fi settings. And here we've got ExpressLRS receiver. I'm going to click connect. And because we've done this several times before, it should automatically open up. Now, we can see it's got a bind phrase because it's got these numbers in it. And this is now where you would enter your bind phrase for it to connect to your drones. But, and this is why this is the easy method and not actually the method that I recommend. Because what I would recommend you do, in fact you can stay in Wi-Fi mode, is open up the ExpressLRS configurator and I'd recommend you reflash it. And if you don't want, let me just reconnect to the internet. And if you don't want a bind phrase, you could just leave it blank in here if you want it specifically to be blank, whereas on that other one, you've got to put in the new one. Now, it's going to ask me, do I want to update to ELRS 4.0? The answer, in all honesty, is yes. This isn't about ELRS 4.0, but what I will say is the range is significantly improved in the testings that I've done. Now, I've not done a whole heap of testings, but the testings that I've done, it has improved the range quite a lot. So that's what we're going to do. Now, I think this is a BetaFPV receiver, but I'm guessing. In fact, let me show you how to do that. So if you have a receiver and you don't know what that receiver is, and you're like, I want to update it, but I don't know what it is. We should still be in Wi-Fi mode, we are. And it will actually tell you at the top of this screen here. So it tells me it's a BetaFPV 2.4 gigahertz nano receiver. We'll reconnect to the internet. And we're going to select nano 2.4, which is there. So if you now want to completely wipe off the bind phrase and you don't want a bind phrase whatsoever, just uncheck that box and it's as simple as that. Come down here, select your COM port and hit flash. Okay, and that's it. You've flashed the receiver and you've completely wiped off any bind phrases whatsoever. But I'm lazy. I don't like that. So I want my bind phrase back on. So I'm just going to reflash it. And if you make a mistake like this and you're thinking, oh, I've flashed it now, it's fine. Just do it again. But change the settings that you want. So we could even add the Wi-Fi in if we wanted. But I don't want to. So I'm just going to hit flash. And it really is genuinely as easy as that to either add, remove, or change your bind phrase. Sometimes I wish there was an option to just wipe it, but if I was to send you this quad now, it wouldn't bind with your drone. So you would have to go through one of these two processes of either adding your own bind phrase in the Wi-Fi mode or just reflashing it. But my advice is, with the ELRS moving as fast as it is, and like I say, 4.0, I have found in my testing to be so much better. My advice would actually be, update it. Try and keep it as updated as possible. And just to show you that it's worked, we'll plug it in and then we'll turn on the T15 PRO, which there is more reviews and tutorials of this coming. There you go. Simple as that. And like I say, We flew crazy distances on 25 milliwatts. So in my opinion, 4.0 is most definitely worth updating to. And if you want to clear your bind phrase at the same time or add a new one, this is the best way of doing it as well. And as a very quick extra to this video, I do keep getting asked what the best settings for ELRS are. And the honest answer is, it depends. However, we can have a look at some very basics that you should follow. Now, if you're flying digital, there's no point in going above 250 Hz. And by digital, I mean things like DJI, walk snell, that sort of stuff. HD0 is a little bit different because it is essentially analog on steroids. Your refresh rate is what the latency is in the sticks versus what you see in the goggles. The lower this is, the higher the latency is, but the further distance you can fly. My advice is, if you're flying DJI or anything like that, leave it at 250 Hz. If you have range issues, lower it to 150 Hz. The majority of people can't tell the difference between 150 and 250. Some people can. This figure here, 108 decibels. This figure here, I do apologise, is where your craft will fail safe. And as you change this, the number goes, it works in minus figures. So the number increases to minus 112 decibels and minus 115 decibels at 50 Hz. That would be something you would use for long range as an example, because you don't need that crazy fast latency. If you're set to 108 minus 108 and you set this up in your goggles on your OSD, then my advice is turn around about 90 to 95 or minus 90 to 95 decibels. Any further and you risk fail-safing. The other option that you need to have a look at in here, realistically, if you want to keep this as simple and straightforward as possible, is whatever your TX power is. Now, some people will run a full watt and turn it onto dynamic, and that means essentially it will start at the lowest possible value and it will keep increasing it. Personally, I don't run dynamic. I generally run whatever I need to run, be it 25 milliwatts or whatever officer it needs to be. And that's it. Just bear in mind, the lower the milliwatts, the quicker you will get to this minus figure. The higher the milliwatts, in general terms, there are some things that obviously can affect it, but in general terms, the higher the milliwatts, the longer it will take before you are nearing a fail-safe. But as always, this is just a really quick, simple overview aimed at new pilots that are a little bit confused about which options to select. If you want a proper deep dive, we can always do a proper deep dive another time. Let me know in the comments down below if that's something that you would want. But until next time, peace out. YouTube and I have had a chat, and we believe that this is the video that you'll like the most. So watch it and let me know if they're right.